So after we spin this wheel, we're going to get into a couple segments, including Casey reacting to Victor Wembanyama playing basketball, because Casey's never seen Victor Wembanyama play basketball. So this isn't one of those fake react videos where it's like, yeah, you've actually had tomatoes before, but pretend you haven't. Like, this is a real one. He hasn't ever seen
I
Wemby.
want
He's
to be
only
clear.
seen like
I
IG
haven't watched
stuff.
him play a basketball game. I've seen
like
I've
a
seen,
quick clip.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen one like 3-second clip, and that's all I've ever seen. And even that was more of just like how freakish he looks on a basketball court, just like his arm length and stuff. Just him walking around.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's always going to be there for sure.
Yeah, his arms will show up to every game he plays.
So Chet and Wemby are making the NBA look different for sure. It looks weird, man. It looks strange, but I like it. They're good.
Yeah.
All right, Casey. Should we watch some Victor Wembanyama or what?
Let's watch him, bro.
All right. So Casey has never seen Victor Wembanyama play basketball. We're going to show him 3 minutes. This is a 3-minute clip. This is preseason Victor Wembanyama. Let's see what this man thinks about, I don't know, he needs a good nickname. Stretch, the stretch man of the NBA or something like that. Here we go. I mean, the kid does it all. You want to win, put Vicky in. He shoots, he blocks, he plays defense. He's got good touch around the rim. Not that he needs it, dude. I don't know if he needs to dunk. I don't even know if he needs to jump to dunk. All right, Casey, that's 3 minutes straight of Victor Wembanyama. What do you think? Generational talent, next LeBron?
He looks like somebody took Tim Duncan and hung him up by his ankles until he stretched out about 6 inches longer. And he can shoot now.
Yeah, and now he can shoot.
Yeah, I think the main thing that jumped off the screen there, obviously some incredible like talent and crazy physicality stuff going on, just weird circus freak stuff. But the main thing is just the versatility of the types of highlight plays he was making there. That tends to like only come like for those guys who are real, like they love the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's looking for opportunities no matter what the situation is to impact the game. And it kind of looks like he's having fun out there doing that. You know what I mean? Like it's like he gets, this feels obvious to say of like professional athletes, but to another degree, you can tell he's getting off on like making the plays as opposed to just being out there and doing good enough and being a part of the team or playing a role. You're like, no, he's going to be that guy. He's out there to make those plays.
It's dimensions. Like. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And here's what it is. There's like a few plays in there that are like, there's obviously really cool stuff. Like you said,
hustle plays for a 7+ footer. Like what?
Yeah, there's hustle plays. There's like out of position blocks, and given he's long, so he's probably gotten a lot of those. But what it is for me is like, there's like one play in there where I wish we would have had like, I wish I would have formatted this better so we could pause it and stuff. There's one play in there where he's at the free throw line and he kind of pumps and just waits and looks, and then he shoots, and it's like, that's a 5th-year veteran play. That's a 7th-year veteran play, right? Or like even that like scoop up and under, or just like there's a couple plays like that.
Like moving laterally at the 3-point line, like Mike, like with the dragging legs, but like you can tell they're perfect for balance. I don't think I've ever seen a 7-shooter or a 7-footer do any. I don't think I've seen like a 6'9".
Kevin Durant is the closest. Kevin Durant is the closest. He's close to 7 feet. He's the kind of guy who can do. He's got a lot of Kevin Durant like stuff in him, but an even longer version, like an even taller, longer version. I think the maturity is impressive. I mean, he's been playing pro basketball for a long time, but the maturity I think is it's not every play, but there's a lot of plays where it's like he's just making good reads, good decisions. He's patient, right? Like he'll pump. He'll wait, he stays on his feet. He doesn't get a shot blocker. One of the biggest things that happens to shot blockers is you get them off their feet with pump fakes, and then you get to the line. That doesn't happen to him a lot. He stays mature, stays on his feet. I think I do actually think I wasn't sold on him, but now that I've seen him play against some NBA talent, I do think we're looking at a generational talent, assuming he can stay healthy. I don't know how you keep a frame like that healthy if he's going to get banged up. I don't know how that's all going to go down. People said the same thing about Kevin Durant, and he's a 15-18-year veteran.
Sure. I think all valid stuff there. That's kind of, it's weird because with a rookie you just have such low expectations for the most part usually, that you're like, okay, you just don't even talk about it that much really. But really seeing how good he is in that video, that really highlights the need for questions to like how good can he become. So that's immediately what comes to mind is like, yeah, like first of all, how much weight can he put on? That kind of
right.
it's a little
Get to a Rudy Gobert like build at least.
right,
You
because
know,
obviously
skinny but strong.
he's gonna get compared to a guy like Chet his whole career, right? Like as
Oh
long,
yeah,
as long
I
as they're
mean
both
rookies together.
right,
Yep.
and they look identical in body type, basically. They're
Yep.
both skinny, tall, freak guys who can ball still, and I live in the town that Holmgren went to college, so I actually have seen him play at Gonzaga twice, and one was at the beginning of his. Did he only go to college for 1 year? I think
Probably one. Yeah, I'm guessing
only
probably
played
one.
1 year. I saw him at the beginning of that year and the end of that year. So I feel like even just from game to game, like the first game, I can't explain the transformation I already saw just in that season from him, right?
Yeah.
First game, he looked like he didn't belong. He looked all gangly, like Bambi out on the court. And then by the time he'd come around, you're like, this is the best guy on the court, hands down. Doesn't matter who else is there with him, right? And I think that Wemby has even more physicality, better physicals than him probably, and maybe even more of that like killer instinct. I can't imagine him out there ever looking like Bambi is what I'm getting at. And the question really will be who can remain healthier longer. And also something I haven't heard people talk about is like when things aren't going his way, does he have the mentality of a veteran in that moment? That's what I need to know about.
Right. Well, all right. So couple measurements here. Couple sort of, feeling your temperature on this guy. Spurs with Victor Wembanyama. Playoff team? I mean, they were in the cellar last year. They
outline. I mean, they were so bad. Outline who even you think are like other key pieces there. I mean, we got
that's it. we got Devin Vassell.
Yeah, I know. Like
Keldon
Johnson, Devin Vassell. That's what I mean. Are those the only other? I mean, they're quality players.
Pretty much.
They're quality players.
They're fine.
But they're not really like mentioned in like the big three of like teams. Like guys like that.
Oh, no,
right?
No, like they're not. Yeah, they're not that good.
I remember this time last year we were talking about the mid three, and that feels way more like not even mid three, just like propped up by Wemby.
Right. Yeah. Like maybe Wemby's really good.
Like below mid three.
No. So you're saying like, no, rookie season, Spurs do not make the playoffs.
If only we had like some kind of symbol or something we could use for like if a guy was only like this good, the guy only like this good, and then there's this big guy, right? Like
making how mid they get the mid three because it's like two below, slightly below mid, and then one above mid. Yeah. It's like a triangle.
All right. Forced it. Yeah. But strokes aside. Yeah. Playoff team. Sure, right? Why not? Too many teams make the playoffs in the NBA anyway. Make play-in team. How about that? Play-in team. Play-in team.
Sure, yeah. West is tough. No chance of a title, says Poppin' Fresh. Look, no. Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I think that's an easy call. Did they win a title with Wemby? Not now. I mean,
is he a good enough player? Is he a good enough player though, where you're forecasting rings on his fingers?
You can build. I think he's a good enough player. You can build a team around him that's a contender team. Yes, yeah. You got to build. There's other building blocks that are needed though.
Do you think they have? They have the right leadership and stuff in San Antonio to do it.
Yeah. No. I think Pop's a great coach. Yeah.
Love it.
And I think their front office is good. And I mean, what has Pop's formula been so far? Draft David Robinson, win rings. Draft Tim Duncan, win rings. He's just following the same formula over and over.
He's good at it, man.
No, yeah. I mean, so Abby says she doesn't know if Wemby can carry him like that. Maybe not in the rookie season. All right, next thing. Next little temperature check on Wemby. So this is a couple two more quick ones. Rookie of the year. Yes, no.
Probably the favorite, have to assume.
Chet. Yeah, he's the favorite. Chet would be the other one.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like the obvious like stallions in the race, but I mean, there has to have. You
still got Scoot. You still got the Thompson twins.
Love Scoot, man. I never want to count out Scoot. I would say, like, you give me. I'll put it like this. Here's my answer. He would be my favorite to win it, but if I could have Chet and Scoot versus Wemby, that's tough. Like the odds.
Well, you can, right? So it's Wemby versus the field. What do you think? Wemby or not?
Oh, the field then. The field. All right. The field by not a big margin though.
Next one.
Only because of injury and stuff. If you were guaranteed they're playing, then I'm not as convinced.
Next one. Wemby leads the league in blocks.
Whoa. Do we have any indications of?
I think he could lead the league in blocks.
Do we have
I think it might be more likely he leads the league in blocks than wins Rookie of the Year.
Do we have any indication of like how many minutes or anything like that they're planning to use him, because like even though he's kind of projected to be a superstar, like are they planning to be careful with him at all?
As many minutes as they can. Yeah.
I like that then. I mean, it's doable for sure. I mean, I don't know who won but last year won that category, but off the top of my head it feels like Triple J.
Triple J or Miles Turner, I would guess, who led the league in blocks.
Yeah,
2023.
No, I would probably bet Triple J still, just because it looks like. Because here's the other thing, like Wemby, yeah, he's probably maybe the best.
Brooke Lopez,
Lopez,
then Triple J.
Yeah, shout out Brooke Lopez. What's up?
Brooke Lopez is 193, Triple J 189, Nick Claxton 189, and Walker Kessler at 173. So Triple J and Nick Claxton tied up.
I'm going to say no. Wemby, no. I think if you did like a shot blocking competition, like a slam dunk competition style thing, where you had just block after block after block, he might be the best. But I also think him playing so many minutes and the fact that he can do so much, I don't think he's just going to be hunting the block like so many of those like elite blockers do. You know what I mean?
Rim protectors.
Yeah, he's going to put resources to other stuff.
That's his defensive role. His defensive role is rim protecting. I see him being one of those guys who like blocks you and then blocks you again and then blocks you again and gets 3 blocks in one play. I think he might lead the league in blocks. That's if I'm going to take. Is he rookie of the year? Did they get to the playoffs or does Wemby lead the league in blocks? I'm taking the third. I think
give me rookie of the year all day over that. Because what are the
I hear you.
odds?
If he does lead the league in blocks, he might get rookie of the year.
That's what I'm saying.
He'd be a depoy candidate if he leads the league.
Yeah, it feels like that's. I feel like easily he gets rookie of the year well before he reaches number 1 in blocks. It seems like because he's going to have offensive numbers too.
I think Chet could put up. I think Chet could put up similar offensive numbers on like a winning team, a more winning team, and then get rookie of the year because of that. Like be a bigger contributor
and have fewer blocks,
a more important team. Yeah.
Well, all right, let's move. Could Chet lead the league in blocks?
I think Chet's less of a shot blocker, honestly, than Wemby. Like he's not as capable of a shot blocker. Like that's not his role.
Okay.
Which is weird because he's big and long, but that's just not how he does it. You know.
I get you.
All right. Next thing. Next segment here. Moving back.
Oh,
to
by the way,
NFL.
I said no on that one, but he'll do it in his career. That's my answer for that.
Lead the league in blocks. Oh yeah, for sure.
He'll do it in his career. Big time.
Yeah, give him every year, for sure. All right, moving back to some NFL stuff. Let me check the likes on this video real quick. Also, Suns Warriors probably underway. Let's see. No, not quite. Check the likes on the video. We are at 26. If we get 4 more, so if you've already liked the video, grab that link, send it to a friend, be like, hey, like this video so I can win some stuff.
Poppin' Fresh is on board with the Scoot take for rookie of the year, by the way. He
likes Scoot for rookie of the year. Jedi Fett says playoffs, no. Abby says she doesn't think Wemby has the ability. She does think Chet has the ability to win rookie of the year, but the NBA has invested too much in Wemby. That's a good point. NBA script writers might want Wemby in that roadie spot.
Chet could be undeniable. I think anybody could be undeniable when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, script writers are flexible for sure.
Exactly, because if the first half of the season goes a certain way, guess what? The script changes. You go, hey, we got a thing in Chet. Let's build around that.
Yeah. I mean, we can pit these two against each other. That's a fun script.